Tjena, CtrlAltElite här, and we are sitting with Dmitry, who is the author of the book Metro 2033. It's coming out next year as a video game. And Dmitry, tell us about your book, please.
So the book is a post-nuclear novel. It means that its plot unfolds in the year 2033, some 20 years after a nuclear war that has destroyed most parts of the world. And the book is about Moscow, because Moscow Metro is in fact constructed in the years of rules of Stalin and his successors as the world's biggest nuclear shelter. The stations of Moscow Metro, unlike that of Stockholm, unlike that of Paris, of Berlin, of Tokyo, they lie as deep as dozens to 100 meters below the ground, making them real bunkers actually. Every one of them being equipped with hermetic barriers, hermetic gates, transforming stations into hermetic shelters and protecting them from a nuclear attack, from some radiation, and from all kinds of other contaminations. And if a nuclear war comes, and if in case anti-missile defense over Moscow works and not real warheads fall exploding on Moscow but just pieces of them, Moscow Metro will actually become a modern day Noah's Ark for the humanity, for mankind, protecting those who were in the metro at the moment of attack for months and probably years to come. And so the book tells a story of the aftermath of such nuclear war, the post-apocalypse, the story of a young guy called Artyom who lives in this post-nuclear metro without a central system of administration, every station becoming kind of a quasi-state, little state, city-state, and in tunnels there are darkness and monsters, and people are fighting each other over differences in ideologies. There are stations populated by Nazis, stations populated by communists, stations populated by just selfish capitalists and stuff. And so he's living on an independent little station, the northernmost outpost of civilization on one of the lines of metro. And one day his home station is threatened by some new kind of mutants that seem to be intelligent, but you cannot communicate with them, and they're an absolute threat. So they threaten the existence of his home station and the whole of mankind. So he's living on a journey to the heart of Metro, to a station where civilization is still thriving, to find people who can bring back to life some old missile base and destroy the monsters. And he's traveling through the metro station by station, confronting different ideologies, different systems of beliefs, different religions, and trying to understand whether his mission is righteous and trying to complete his mission. So he's discovering basically on his way the entire world in miniature. And that's the plot line of Metro 2033.
How many hours of gameplay is there going to be in the game?
From what I hear from the game developers, certainly more than 20 hours. If you go, like 15 if you go from point to point without exploring the world, but that's not the right decision. Because if you just go shooting around you and fulfilling formal missions that you're charged with, then you do not unlock all the secret options, and you do not understand the game, understand the real meaning of the book and of the game and of all the drama, and it does not bring you to a right end, let's say. But if you go carefully exploring all the characters, talking to them, being a bit curious to explore the world around you, then your gameplay will take up to 22 hours, I think, which makes it a real exploration of a real world. And particularly considering how incredible the computer graphics is in this game, it's just mad what I saw. I mean, I've never seen anything even similar getting close to that. And I'm talking to international press, and they say that nothing parallel comes out this year. and even the Call of Duty and all the big name projects, they do not match from the viewpoint of CG and from the viewpoint of atmosphere. They cannot match what you will see in that game. And considering that 22 hours of gameplay in that world, so well drawn, is something outstanding.
Will the main character venture out alone, or does he meet companions?
Definitely. I'm one of the representatives of a generation that has grown up with computer games. I've been playing from Prince of Persia to First Civilization to the first Wolfenstein and first Doom, everything. And certainly my thinking is formatted by computer games. So when I started to write, and Fallout, definitely. So when I started to write the book, of course, in some way I have already been thinking as a gamer. So when the hero ventures in this journey, like in computer games, he meets companions that teach him, that educate him, and explain him how to use the weaponry, tell him stories about the world, and basically just help him out. He's rarely completely alone. Most of the time he's accompanied by someone who's explaining, who's guiding, who's teaching, and especially on the first initial levels. When he's getting back closer to the final mission, he will be more and more alone, but then also in groups, coordinating his efforts with other characters, coordinating his efforts with his mentors, giving some little missions to fulfill, like go on and switch that button or switch this button, or let's run, or you take the left monster, I take the right monster. So I think it makes the game even funnier, because it gets you involved in quasi-personal relations with other characters. You're not all the way out alone, just shooting, hiding, running. Metro 2033 is not going to be that. Although formally it's defined as a 3D shooter, it's definitely not going to be your regular stupid fight and run 3D thing. It's going to be something to feel the atmosphere, something to feel the spirit, something to explore, and something to live in, and something to even create relations with other imaginary characters, and that's going to be fun.
What kind of weapons can we expect to see in the game?
Mainly they're borrowed from the book, and mainly they're post-apocalyptic. That means that in the world where there is no new arms production for 2 decades now, you cannot really expect to have some modern kind of glossy and glamorous American or Austrian-made weapons, or Swedish for that instance. And you basically, a part of AK-47, which is an internal arm of all the freedom fighters, terrorists, and third world countries and Russia. You get all kinds of self-made and self-upgradable kinds of shotguns and machine guns, and so it makes a big part of fun in the game. You got some special weapons too, but they're not very common in this world, because like 2 decades have run out since the apocalypse, since the doomsday, and arms start breaking down. Another interesting feature in the game, as well as in the book, is that ammo, bullets, their currency and ammo. So in this world, real money do not have any value, and what you can pay with is actually ammo, because ammo is one useful thing definitely that you can use in this world. So everything is priced in ammo. Let's say you go out to a market, you can buy like I don't know, ham or some edible mushrooms or some kind of moonshine, and you're always paying in ammo. Or weapons, they're also priced in ammo. Or I don't know, some kind of clothing, everything basically, access, visa, you pay everywhere in ammo. So you always have a decision to make.